Whether retirement is in your near future or still a bit down the road, now is the time to start planning and preparing for it financially.
Chip Coughlin with Retirement Income Analyst is a registered rep with First Allied Securities, and he's here with some great advice for all of us. Good morning, Chip.
Morning. Great to be here.
Great to have you. And you know, we were talking about this. When you think of retirement, maybe some people think of estate planning, but maybe some people don't. But they go hand in hand, right?
They surely do. We want people to look at both of those, so as they get closer to retirement, they've got their estate in order.
Okay.
And I was going to say, I mean, what would you say are some of the first steps that you should be taking?
Number one, we ask everybody, do you have a will? Okay, and a will is a set of plans on your death to decide who gets what and when. And it's critical for families that have children to have a will, because if both parents were to pass away, the court decides where the children go. So we want you to have a will, and we want to make sure it's current. Okay? Along with the will, we want a durable power of attorney. Okay, that's a person that can make financial decisions for you if you're incapable of doing so. And a healthcare proxy, someone that can make healthcare decisions for you if you're unable to do so.
Now, it says an updated will. Are these things that you should be updating and looking at like every 5, every 10 years to make sure?
As often as need be, and here's the reasons. Death of a beneficiary or the executor, a change in mind about the executor or beneficiary, if they're not on your team anymore, okay? Birth of a child, children reaching 18, marriage or divorce, moving out of state, those would necessitate a review of your will. And you want to make sure it's current. We run into a lot of clients that did their will 25 years ago, and things have changed. Their kids have grown up, their executor might not be part of their team anymore, they need to make some updates.
Now, you mentioned, you know, people with kids, families, but if you don't have children, this is still just as important, right?
I agree, because you want to say and where your assets go. And if you die without a will, the court's going to decide who gets that. And you may disinherit charities and things like that in favor of long-distant relatives.
And you don't want to leave it to the courts. Now, the other thing that you need to review are things that have beneficiaries, right?
Correct. We ask our clients on an ongoing basis to review the different things they would have, investment accounts, that have beneficiaries. They would be annuities, life insurance, IRAs, Roth IRAs, 401ks, and 403bs, to make sure the beneficiaries are current. And I would tell everybody, dig that out over the weekend and make sure it's all in place. Because that's a heck of a surprise for somebody when they think they're in the game and they realize, hey, we didn't update that 15 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this next pointer here, payable on death accounts.
Okay, if you have an account that doesn't have a beneficiary designation on it, you can ask for a payable on death paperwork so that you can leave it to who you want it to. Now, it's fairly limited. We're talking about CDs, bank accounts, brokerage accounts, and mutual funds. But it can be paid exactly to who you want it to go to. And this way, it's going to avoid probate. And probate is the process of distributing your assets when you die. If you can avoid probate, you'll save your heirs some money, some time, and some headache.
Yeah, I mean, once it goes to the court, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. But by doing all these steps, you know where your money's going to go.
You have to get your ducks in a row as you get closer to retirement. And this type of planning is part of the pie, and you have to get it done, because in the absence of this, you're leaving a lot of things to chance.
Yeah, and that chance you don't want to do.
Yeah, you don't want to take that risk.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, okay. Well, some sound advice, and we want to let you know that if you'd like more information, you can find Retirement Income Analysts. They have their offices at 892 East Brighton Avenue in Syracuse. You can call them at 701-4440 or toll free 855-44-RETIRE. Simple and easy. You can also learn more by visiting their website, retirementincomeanalysts.com. Chip, thank you.
Thanks for having me.